Overvoltage protection relays can be a source of difficult and frustrating problems for many Mercedes owners. So we're going to talk about the three different overvoltage protection relays and their signs and symptoms of failure. Signs and symptoms of failure. The first one is going to be the 201 540 3245 OVP, the big guy. This is used starting in 1988 and was installed on the 190E actually from August of 87 going forward all the way to 1993. This overvoltage protection relay also came in a double fuse setup, but they're the same and they have the same functions. If you own a W126 or 107 series car with a V8 engine, if this OVP fails, the first things you're going to notice is an ABS light and a very high idle of about 13 to 1500 RPM. You will also notice that the car has no power to its idle air valve and has no power coming from its KE Jetronic control unit. So, overvoltage protection relay all day long. Now if you own a 300 SE or SEL, you're going to get a different set of problems. You'll get an ABS light sometimes, but not always. What you will get is an incredibly hard cold start. And then when the car sputters to life, which it's going to do, it'll run very, very weak and it'll be kind of jittery and stuff for the first minute or two, and then it'll start to run normally, but you'll feel that something is not quite right. Now, if you've got a diesel, like a 190D or a 350 SD or 350 SDL or 190D 2.5 with this problem, again, you're going to get an ABS light and your tachometer is not going to work because the tachometer signal is, the tachometer power supply goes through this guy. So keep in mind, you pull the OVP, no tachometer. Now we're going to talk about the small OVP. The small OVP was in use from 1984 on the 126 chassis and 85 on all the other chassis until 87. If you have a diesel with this OVP failing, specifically a 1985 300D or 300 SD or one of their variants, you're going to see that this relay is the power supply to the tachometer. It is located underneath the right side of the dash against the inner fender between the glove box and the inner fender of the car on a W123 series. Nobody knows where it is, and if it goes bad, you don't get a tachometer. And so a lot of people will put tachometers in their cars, but this will be the real cause of the problem. So this overvoltage protection relay also carries a 201 part number. Now, on a gas V8, again, you're going to get a high idle and an ABS light. And that's from 84 to 87, so the symptoms really don't change. On the 107, both of these were, both of these were used, but predominantly on 380 SL starting in 84 and 107 series cars going all the way up to the end of 87, this guy was used, and the same symptoms are going to be present. High idle. If you have a 380 SL, an 84 that has extremely high idle, 1500 RPM or so, but is not equipped with ABS, and your idle control unit is good or new, this is the guy. It's located above the fuse box on the right inner fender of the car. You've got to take off the lower dash panel and you'll see it plugged in against the inner fender. This last relay was used from 1980 on some 116 and 107 models and up to 83. If you have a 380 SL or a 126 series car and you're getting erratic idle problems, it's nothing more than a 5-pin ice cube relay. These can occasionally fail, although it is very rare, and they will give you all the symptoms that one of these will give you. This version of the OVP was never used on any diesels, so you don't have that problem if you've got a diesel. If you've got tachometer problems in an 83 and earlier car, it's almost always in the pickup or the amplifier. Anyway, this concludes our lesson on overvoltage protection relays. signs and symptoms and what to deal with. If for some reason this video is not helpful, drop us a line and we'll try to give you some assistance. But if you need to get in touch with me, always remember mbownersforlife@gmail.com. And thank you for liking this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Enjoy driving your Mercedes Benz.
Thought it'd be a little bit more difficult to get out, but Lord got it.